How would you like to sail the Hosanna to California first?
4,000 miles is insane.
Come sail with me.
Hurricane Raymond has been upgraded to a Category 5.
Should we be worried?
Mayday! Mayday! This is the sailing yacht Hosanna. Do you copy?
I love you.
Get below! I'm not leaving you!
Get below now!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Go!
Aloha! This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Hawaii. And yes, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man. And last night, Friday night, June 1st, I had seen the movie Adrift. Now, without further ado, remember our rating scale, shock a thumbs up. It's good to see, I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down. It's junk, I don't recommend it. And overall for Adrift, I have to say, it is a shock a thumbs up. Now, this is the true story of a couple who sailed, or who set out to sail from Tahiti to San Diego, California, back around 1983. They hit a hurricane, a severe Category 4 storm, and which is pretty much one of the worst storms that you could hit. And their sailing yacht is decimated. The mast is broken. You know, they've taken on a lot of water. The radio is out. So they are left, as the title implies, adrift at sea, pushed off by the winds and the currents and the storm from what their last registered position was, so that no one knows where to look for them or find them. And with the radio out, you're pretty much lost out there. They make a note to state that they are, you know, outside of the flight paths of planes, outside of the normal shipping lanes. So you are pretty much forced to be on your own, unfortunately. And survival at sea is a very serious business, especially, you know, especially when one is not prepared for such things. So now this stars, I believe, newcomers Sam Claflin and Shane Lee Woodley. And like it says, you know, Shane Lee Woodley is an American. She plays an American in the movie. You know, Sam Claflin is a British, you know, traveler who enjoys sailing around the world, and Shane Lee does as well. She has the traveling fever, you know, as many Europeans do in their teenage years and young adult lives. They go traveling. That seems to be much, much more the norm for Europeans than it is Americans. You know, we get tied down with our jobs right after high school and you know, trying to make a career for ourselves. Whereas the Europeans, you know, I'm not exactly sure their lifestyle. You know, they travel a lot more than us Americans do. You know, be it the rationale for leave and time off, or affluency of family, whatever it may be, they do so. But every so often, a few Americans do make the trek, abroad, pretty much living from one various job to another. And that is something that Shailene Woodley's character does. She makes it all the way to Tahiti, island hopping via planes or ships, doing the odd jobs of, helping repair the ships, serving as cabin boys, girls, etc., to kind of, get to where you want to go. And, even working in cafes and such, once they get to a place. And she even says to customs there in Tahiti, it's like, well, when asked, how long are you staying? Oh, I don't know. Where's your final destination? I don't know, because she's traveling the world. These two meet as he sails into the harbor and, oddly enough, fall in love with one another, as they are both seem to be kindred spirits wanting to travel the world. They get a fantastic offer from an affluent couple to sail their yacht from Tahiti to San Diego for them, as they must go immediately back, to see about a ill parent. So they take a flight back, and they proposition the two to sail their ship back to the United States for them. And of course, what happens, and you can say, well, why didn't they prepare? Well, it's a month of a sailing journey, and weather at sea can change just like that. And although the two did get the broadcast and the warning of, the storm coming, they did all they could, being so far from land, in between the two. They tied everything down. They tried to make the ship as best it could to hold off the elements, but it was just too much. Anyone who remembers the movie The Perfect Storm with those fishermen, knows what I'm talking about, because they encountered very much the same thing. And without, anyone out there to rescue them, they are caught adrift. And, Shailene Woodley's character, explains that, well, through narration, this is explained as being, cast adrift for 41 days at sea. They must struggle to survive and find their way to land, which, by calculations of the chart, the best shot is Hawaii, which is still, far away, and they do a makeshift sail on the boat, and hopefully get there, navigating by the stars, using sextants, as all of the electronic equipment has failed. So there we have it. They're using duct tape on the ship itself, and Sam's character is injured. And amazingly enough, since this is a true story, you may know, the ship does reach Hawaii. I won't go into any spoilers, but if you are at all familiar with this story way back then, at the end of the movie, they show press clippings, photographs of what the ship looked like, and it is very well and truly depicted in this movie. So I won't spoil anything for you. It was a little bit spoiled to me, but again, it is a true story, so if anyone knows about it, that might take away from your enjoyment of the film slightly. But still, it is a very good survival film, a very good love tale, as throughout the many days at sea, there is a reflection, flashbacks to, them meeting in Tahiti, and how they fall in love over several months time period. And even, the proposal. So, before they go on to San Diego and set out, on this terrible, fateful voyage. So, definitely a great first date movie, or if you want to take your wife, if you like, you know, it's not a documentary, but if you like those true life stories, you know, of struggle, hope, and, you know, with an optimistic end of survival, then definitely you'll want to check out Adrift. You won't be dissatisfied with it. Again, there is a major spoiler, so stay away from other reviews that might give it away, and stay away from, you know, looking up the historical documents, you know, and records for this movie if you hadn't, you know, if you don't know about it already. And you'll get much, much more enjoyment out of the film overall. Still, it was a little sad. I did shed a few tears during it, so it is a very good, you know, watch. You know, and you can't go wrong, especially on Netflix or streaming services later once this heads over there in a few months. All right, thank you so much. This is Trinidad the Island Man giving Adrift a shock, a thumbs up. Go ahead and see it if you can. Thanks so much, and aloha.